The following is a special presentation of Tony Kurre Radio.
Welcome back to the Kurre and Klapow Show, right here on Facebook Live and on the Tony Kurre Radio app. You can hear us, of course. We do about 4 or 5 different segments we're releasing throughout the week, so you can catch a brand new podcast of Kurre and Klapow every single day. And, of course, our podcast network is on fire, the Tony Kurre Radio Podcast through Spotify. We're on every major indice out there. Just search Tony Kurre Radio Podcast, Kurre with a K, K-U-R-R-E, and we have over 1,000 shows. We have music shows. We have shows about everything, pet shows and everything else. So it's super good. So check it out. Fox 6 this morning. We're going to be on talking about. It's based on the Vanderbilt story about how to convey messages properly based on their content. We always hear these stories. I couldn't believe she broke up with me with a text.
Yeah.
We talked about Valentine's Day, how important and poignant it is to actually put the written word on paper and how much more it means. Maybe you're thanking somebody for showing up at a funeral. Is a phone call or a text good enough there? These are different ways to, and I broke it down. First of all, is it personal or business?
This is good. You should come. Well, you are coming on. You should do. This is. You sound like me.
Yeah.
Three ways.
I'm trying 3 ways because personal, business, and then text is the last one. Text is always the last resort. There is nothing personal that should ever be texted. And when I say personal, I'm talking about, hey, I cheated on you, or hey, I break up with you, or hey, will you marry me?
Yeah. Okay, yes.
Text should never be used for, and it certainly shouldn't be used in business. Now, I can use text as a follow-up. It's great having you for lunch today. Looking forward to our meeting tomorrow. Hey, we have a show today at 11 o'clock. That's fine. But business, and I've learned this through Michael Coleman.
This is from huge...
the Montgomery Area Food Bank. And you know how much I love this. But documentation is so important in the world we live in. I mean, whether you're going through a breakup, whether you're going through a divorce, whether you're going through a whistleblower situation in a business, whether you're asking for a raise, whether you have an issue with HR, whatever it is, put it in writing, email it. You always have that documentation, because I can promise you, if I sit there and say, well, I asked you about last Tuesday, I don't know you didn't. I'm like, yeah, I did. Well, send a follow-up. If it's important to you, regardless of what it is, follow up with an email. Hey, this is an email to acknowledge the fact that I just was in your office and blah, blah. And I know people go, oh, here we go.
Yeah, but see,
it's the best way to do. Document it.
Yeah, but don't to acknowledge that I was in your office.
Yeah, but you know what I mean.
No, I do. Look, we'll go on the other thing. I literally spend, in my work with organizations, I would say 50% of my time is spent helping them navigate problems as a result of a miscommunication or misunderstanding of a communication. And I don't mean it, everything I do is not crisis.
Yeah.
But when you sort of go back to the root of the problem, it is, it is 9 out of 10 times, it is a misunderstood email or an interaction in a meeting that then got followed up or didn't get followed up. This is why someone like me has a job doing this, because you've got the human part of it, then you have all these technology tentacles, right? If you dial it all the way back in the day, we could talk to each other or we could call each other on the phone if I'm really done right. But now we keep adding channels of communication. So we had email, and then we added text. Now we have Slack channels, right? And so the
Messenger is another one.
Well, yeah, it was with messengers, but you don't see Messenger as much in business. You have Slack or other sorts of sort of inter-office. Essentially, it's inter-office text.
I'll back it up right. Here's the best way to do this. When you start a partnership or a relationship, whether it's personal or business, ask that person, what's the best way to contact you?
Yeah.
Because I got people who got my text number. I always respond to them immediately, and then they sent me on something on Messenger.
Right.
And I'm going, I don't see it for 3 weeks because I don't look at Messenger. I got enough shit to look at. I get 150 emails a day. I just missed an important one yesterday. It was buried in the middle of stuff. It went to spam. And so I'm like, dude, just text me. Or if it's that important, call me. Call me and say, check your emails. If it's that important, and if it's super important, then you may want to send it upon several different platforms. Text them, email them, and leave them a
Well,
message.
now you're seeing
If you want to make sure, if you're looking for documentation, because they're going to say I didn't get the email into spam, I never saw it, or that was my old email address, or I changed my phone number. If it's that important, then you reach out and you throw the blanket over them, and you're good to go, right?
I know. I'm going to use that with my clients. Never thought. If you really want to give me, here's what you do.
Yeah, make sure
First thing you do is you send a text.
Yeah.
No, you send an email. Then you send a text to check the email. Then you send a voice message to check the text and the email. Then you put in a Zoom request for a meeting to tell them to the check. Then you make an appointment on their calendar to go see them tell them.
You sent me an appointment on my. I was like, dude.
You don't like? I always do that. That's a placeholder.
That was funny, but
send me an invite.
Like I needed more.
Yeah,
like another email. Josh has invited you to meet at 2:30 on Tuesday to talk about.
Oh, that's a whole lot. Are we going off a tangent? Because there's another one. There's another one which is you don't get this as much, but this happens in corporate all the time.
Yeah.
People will send out an invite to you for a call or maybe a Zoom or a virtual meeting. They'll send it out. And depending on the company, they have access to your calendar. They can see. But this happens a lot. They'll just send. I get this all the time. Someone just send me a next Tuesday for a 30-minute call.
Yeah.
What is that? I can't. You have no What do you think I'm going to do? Yes. I mean,
it would not break my heart if we never had email again.
Well, it's not going to go away.
I know. Well, you would think it would.
It's going down. It's going down lower on the list. But and that's part of the problem.
Emails were 30 years ago. We did the emails 30 years ago, and we're still doing emails. And there's so much spam crap out there. Every time you go to a Best Buy, they've got you go buy something from something. I bought something from Amazon last week for my son, and got 6 different emails from Amazon. How was our service?
Yes.
Did you get your package? Here's where it's being shipped. Thank you for your order.
You see a picture,
blah, blah, blah. And then you're getting something from the person you bought the product from Amazon. There's another 6, and I'm like, dude, right now I think I go to my email right now and I delete all 22,185 messages, which is what I have in my email.
What if you won the lottery?
I haven't played, so I'm good.
Okay.
I could delete. It's much like a phone. Sometimes I think I'm going to get a new phone probably next week. Finally, I think if I lose every one of my contacts, I'm good.
No, you're not.
No, I think I am.
Well, yeah, that's true.
Because the people that are most important to me are going to reach back out to me. I'm going to hear from them. I'm going to go, thanks for your phone number. I always wonder, people like, I lost your phone number. I'm like, it must be pretty important.
So the other thing too, though, is, and we have to do this because this is another thing in corporations. You have multi-generational cohorts working in organizations, and 20-year-olds communicate differently than 40-year-olds and 60-year-olds.
I love old people's emails. They're one line. I love that.
Yeah.
When I get an email from like a 60-year-old agency guy.
Hi, this is Tom.
Hi, reach out to me. Please call me, blah, blah, blah.
Yeah.
I just think it's really interesting because I always look at the way they're communicating with me, and that tells me what they want to talk about.
But you see that, this is exactly what happens in companies. You believe that that's what they want to do.
If someone has to tell you, hey, don't forget to check your email today, then they don't want to get in touch with me that bad. Because they're telling me, I need to go look at I'm like, well, I'm looking at you, Josh. Tell me what the hell you want to talk to me about. Have you checked your email?
Oh, you mean when in person they tell you?
Yeah, they tell you in the hallway. Hey, I emailed you today. Okay, I'm standing right here. Tell me what.
Well, but sometimes I sent you an email about that follow-up, about that sales meeting, and just check it when you get back.
Yeah.
Yeah, that happens.
Big secrets, how to tell if your partner is keeping a big secret from you. 4 signs, according to Dr. Josh Klapow, co-host of the Kurre and Klapow show. I love this. This is from, what is this from?
This is from the Good Men Project.
The Good Men Project.
Good Men Project is a, they've been around for about 10
You say individually there's no law that you have to tell your partner everything.
That was my quote.
Present, yes.
You like that?
Yeah, but. So how to tell if someone, we do a lot of things on cheating and stuff, and usually you've heard the same thing, maybe just a little bit of a twist or an angle to it. But I want to go through these real quick because I think it was really good, and you wrote the article. If someone is keeping a secret from you, they turn the conversation around to distract you.
Yeah.
That's kind of standard.
It's a diversion. Like, look over there.
The hard part is trying to change the topic to distract you so they don't know you're turning the...
That's exactly. Right, because you're talking about, some past relationships like, hey, how about that Alabama basketball player? Where are we going to go for dinner? Yeah, you got to be, if you've got a secret and you're trying, this could be a whole article. I could do another article on if you have a secret and you want to keep it from. This was more how to know if somebody is.
I've done that with bosses a lot. They call you into the office and you're about to get ready. Hey, how's the family?
That's right. What's going on?
You don't let them start the conversation. You go, how's the wife? How's the kids? Everything doing good? And you let them, and you hope they kind of, Stewart had a ball game yesterday.
Yeah.
Let me tell you about
that kid, he's growing up so fast.
Yeah.
Oh, I bet. Well, and if you're going to do that, I'm going to be. These kids grow up so fast. I bet he is the light of your life.
And then you tell a story about your kid.
And then
so lost their first tooth yesterday, and you're trying to.
Well, what you're doing is you're not just doing it on. So that's a really good way to distract somebody.
You're deflecting the severity of the moment.
Well, you are, but you're deflecting it with something that's emotionally compelling. And that's the key. You can't just deflect based on
we need to go out and have a beer sometime. We need to go out and have some.
No.
Let's get the wife and kids together sometime.
It's got to be deeper.
Yeah, I know.
Look at
they assign blame to you. Explain this one. Your partner launches a verbal attack on you for no particular reason. You confront them and ask about a topic. They're likely to do this to shift the focus, content.
Well, this is why do you need to see my passwords?
Okay.
What do you don't trust me? It's a great distraction because you've got something you're hiding. They're starting to probe, and you're like, really? You're going to ask me about these kinds of things. You don't trust our relationship. You don't believe in us. You don't love us. Because now you're putting them, you've put them, no matter what they say, now they are going to they can fuel an argument that you can come back to.
Yeah, based on who you're talking to, that can work.
Oh, yeah.
No, I'm just, that's the other thing is if you go to somebody and you're not attacking them, you're just asking them a simple question and they create this, well, what's the big deal? And you're like, dude, I just asked you what you did on Tuesday.
That's defensiveness. That's the defensiveness.
They defend themselves.
Well, and the thing is, we're naturally going towards relationships or cheating or whatever, but it can be anything. I mean, a lot of times within relationships, it's money. It's, you spent money on something that you really shouldn't have spent money on. It's making plans or having conversations with family members or friends that you didn't fill your significant other on. Or, and you and I have done a whole show on skeletons in the closet, something that's way back and your partner sort of finds out through friends or whatever that maybe you had a DUI when you were 20 and you've never told them. And we've done a whole show on should you tell them? Should you come into the relationship, look, when I was 20 I had a DUI, I just want you to know that. And in this situation, most of us are really bad at keeping secrets or holding secrets back when it starts to rise to the surface. We're okay at just never saying anything, but the second it starts coming up to the surface, we get defensive, we blame you, we distract, because you know why? We know we're busted.
And finally, they oppose the position.
That's
the loudest person may be keeping something.
Who would ever keep a secret or not tell the truth? We call it reaction formation.
That happens a lot more than we think it does, and it's really weird. Where when someone just kind of goes off on something, and you're like,
and you know what they go off on? I mean, let's say socially, infidelity.
Yes.
How anybody could ever cheat on their spouse? Oh my God, homosexuality. Oh my God, it's a sin, and they keep going, and it's really unsolicited. Like you ask a question about, I was reading that so and so cheated, so and so celebrity cheated on the wife.
They have been affected by that thing. It's some way, some shape.
You just poke, you push the button. That's what we do as psychologists. That's how we know we're getting there. If I talk to you and you either get defensive, quiet, distract. I mean, this is how I work as a psychologist. Is I know then that you got something in there, and the difference is, as a psychologist, I just know and I keep it in the back of my mind. Oh, okay. You're not ready. We're going to talk about it a little bit later.
Check out this article. I can post it. And actually, you go
I've
to
posted it
Josh
already.
Klapow. It's everywhere. All right, great stuff. All right, coming up here about 20, 25 minutes, we're going to be on Tim McGee Sr. Good morning to you. Peggy Bonfield, good morning to you, Peg. We'll catch up soon. We're going to be on Fox 6 talking about the best way to communicate in this crazy communication world. There's so many different ways to reach out to people.
God, we had something yesterday happen to my family on this. About
The truth of the matter is...
you know what my tip is? I'm going to give you my tip. I can't. It's impulsively, just one.
Yeah.
If somebody, particularly in a business situation, somebody reaches out to you in any form, non-verbal, email, text, whatever, you must respond.
Yeah.
Do not, well, you see it a lot. They just let it go. And what you typically see is people in position of power, they'll let it go longer. I sent my boss an email and, it's been 4 days and they haven't returned it, which is really interesting, and it's kind of hypocritical because if the boss sends you an email,
then you better answer.
You better answer it. But I would actually say, this is and the leaders that I work with, if your employee sends you an email, and even if you have an administrative assistant, then you should know about that email. And even if you're so busy that you have to have an administrator, have them respond, hey, they got your email, they're just buried right now, they'll get back to you in a couple days.
Yeah.
Otherwise, and it's your thing, you're instantly sending the message that you don't care enough about that person.
And they probably don't, but the least you can do is show the respect and say, listen.
Well, it's a human.
That's what I always tell people when there's, I guess, several people in my life that I text. Like, when they text me, they expect immediate responses.
Yeah.
I hate when people send question marks. They'll send me a text like at 3, and then at 4 o'clock they're sending me a question mark. Like, did you read this? I'm like, dude, I'm not ready to get back to you. Then I have to go back. I'm busy, or I'm driving. I'll get back with you. I'll text you back when I can.
Then they text you back when?
Because I'll respond to everyone if I see your stuff. If I see your stuff, if you're sending me something on Messenger, messengers, it's just another way. It's just another stinking. Someone called me on Messenger the other day.
Messenger.
I'm like,
well, then there's also LinkedIn messaging, right? So you got Messenger. Wait, and then you also have DM. You have direct message on. You have direct message on.
The
like
idea
Instagram.
you're missing that one DM you've been waiting on for like 6 months.
That's right.
You missed it. Yeah.
And then they think you're, rude.
All right, Kurre and Klapow on Fox 6.
We wore the battery out of this phone.
We did, man. Well, it's because my phone's old. When you have an iPhone 2, it plays like
I
this.
can't believe it hasn't burned, exploded.
It's getting close. My lithium's getting hot. I'm watching over your shoulder. I got ESPN on the television. They've been going on the Brandon Miller thing for about 20 minutes, and they've got the big dogs. They got Stephen A. Smith.
Oh, they got all
Michael
of them.
Wilbon.
That's a hell of a shirt.
They got Paul Feinbaum. Yeah, they are.
Look at that. And look how serious they look.
Yeah, this is not good.
No.
All right. Have yourself a wonderful day. Thanks for watching. Listen to the Tony Curry Radio Podcast Network. We're available on every major industry out there. You can check us all out. We'll be on Fox 6 in about 20 or 25 minutes right here on Kurre and Klapow. Thanks for watching.
This has been a special presentation of Tony Curry Radio.